Well, hello, and welcome to my channel, my friends. This is Kate in Texas. Da, 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 da. I have made it. Thank you for your well wishes, for being with me as I've traveled. I made it here in good time this morning, and I have had the best day. Well, I keep having a best day every single day because this is such a blessing that I'm getting to do this, and to meet people just makes my heart sing. So thanks for watching me. If you stay around, you are going to see me stitching. First of all, I'm going to start the day by giving you flowers. I've got a new hotel room, and it's lovely. I've hooked up a new arrangement, which is, yes, quite unusual, but Kate is determined that nothing is going to stop her from sharing with you. And I know that you understand the makeshifts, but these glorious blooms are a gift from Cindy, who is the owner of Paper Crown, Waco, Texas. And Cindy bought me these for my hotel room just to keep me company. So who could not be excited when I can start a day, a video by sharing such glory? I'll just spin them round. She said she's using a florist, and she gave the florist my pictures of my work. And look at what that lovely lady has come up with. It's just so much fun already. Princess has accompanied me. And the thing about Princess is, if you're looking very closely, Kiki has helped her eyes not be flat. So she's got dazzle, dazzle or glitter, just a bit of personality. She's shining at me. And in Kiki's unique style, she took Princess away, named her Princess, and decorated her with a star and a heart. So Princess is going to sit here with me and provide pins. Oh gosh, I've forgotten where the needle is already. I got a new needle out to use, and I don't know where I put it. How typical is that? That's excitement, and it is wonderful. Okay, the big thing I wanted to show you first of all is that Cindy's shop. Oh my gosh, I'm going to share so many photos on Instagram and in my newsletter. The shop is, we're not started yet. We don't start open until Wednesday is our first workshop. But I went in there and I said, Cindy, I can't focus. There are so many treasures and good things. It's my favorite sort of store. It's got beautiful things of all sorts of media. Now, I'm showing you this because this is a do moment. Kiki showed me. She said, do you know John Derian, this guy? And I went, no. So look, I'm naive, I'm new. And then she proceeded to get out her giant book of John Derian, and I thought it was huge, and I wasn't in a bookstore, it was at Kiki's house. And I said, I will order that when I go home. But when I walked in to Cindy's shop, look, she had the sticker book. And I think I've told you that on Mondays, I do my stickers in my journal. And not only is this glorious, they don't look like stickers, but I can peel them out. And so I haven't studied the book or opened it till this moment. But I've just opened up a I was going to paper it, and Cindy said, let's just start a tab. She knows me well, because this won't be the only thing I buy during the week. I mean, look at this. Sorry, I'm holding them. They're stickers. Just glorious. So, flower upon flower, one flower at a time. And we've been talking a lot about, we finished our 3-day retreat at Kiki's yesterday, and it was the most beautiful thing. It was magical. It was beyond what we thought. The women were extraordinary in their willingness to just sit and stitch and tell their stories. And we came away with different amounts of stitching. The beautiful Brittany, hello Brittany, love you, made us all laugh because she taught us more than she stitched, in that she just had beautiful, her work is gorgeous. I probably mentioned her. And I'm going to, look at this, what's happened. It's the Kate in the Nest Giggle Show. But I have been so inspired that I saw Philippa's Tote of Hope, I saw Jenny's, I saw other people's, and I was explaining the months. But I'm so love this piece that's traveling with me now around the world that I thought I can't limit myself to that finished in January, February, March, April, May. Especially not when Kiki handed me this. I said, where did you get this? And she said, of course, you guess, Vinnie's, the thrift store. So I have this piece that I'd like to put on my Tote of Hope. I have this towel. I've set everyone off in a crazy spin in terms of looking at toweling now as a way of finding beautiful and different textures. So I feel that another sunflower has to go on here somewhere. And you know me, I get inspired. I just spoke to my gorgeous husband who's just waking up. Well, he didn't sleep well because he knew I was on a plane flying from Milwaukee. I was up at 4 a.m. this morning, and here I am on fire because I did have a nap in the middle of the day. I needed to. I'm learning just to be honest about that. And I said to Cindy, I will be better if I just have a little nana nap in the middle of the day, which I did. Then she picked me up and took me to her store. It is beautifully decorated. She even has a sign. So I feel like I'm having the best time already, and I haven't even met the wonderful women coming to the workshops. So I'm thinking something like this. It's an echo of this big, better just check. I won't explain to you I haven't got a tripod, so I won't explain to you how I've hooked it up, but just suffice to say this orange sari over here is improvised to hold my phone. But I think if I work here, you'll see my hands. The other thing, I've mentioned Brittany already. I was explaining to someone that I haven't got round to putting a base on it. And she has made a number, she hasn't made a Tote of Hope, but she's made a number of bags and nests. And she uses furnishing fabric. And in fact, in one of hers, she had her grandmother's round velvet cushion as the basis, the whole cushion as the basis of her nest. Now talk about clever. Anyway, she said, you must protect the bottom. So she gave me, ta-da! She gave me this, which is just glorious. It seems too good to put on the Tote of Hope, but as she said, Kate, it's got a fringe. It's nearly the right length. It's almost the perfect width. So why don't you do it? So that's what I'm going to do. I want to put a base on. I want to put hope on, and I want to put a sunflower on. And more than anything, I've got my swan scissors. I just decided to bring them all with me and not send them home. I've got that. I've got the nest. So those coming to the workshops will have the beautiful gift of Angela's. Look at that, with the silver egg, not the golden egg. But yeah, we'll have a little swan show, a literal swan shrine. And you might also be happy to know that I have my, I bought my little, they've made it. They didn't break. We didn't use them at Kika's because we had other things, but I've got my cupcake pin cushion to put. These are all going out on the tables. So what fun already. Oh, good. Can you tell? My husband just said, Kate, he said, you sound so happy. And I said, who cannot be happy? all over the place. This is a beautiful spool from Peggy. I've got so many things to share. So much so that I have been raving and raving on and not asking how you are. So please tell me. I'll stop talking and you can answer your phone or your computer screen. Okay. Well, all right, I've heard you and I am with you in spirit and sending you my love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for thank you for understanding the improvisation. But look at that. Swan scissors. My beautiful scissors. Let's see. It's blinding, warning, it's blinding light. There, let's see where, in terms of it's just, it's interesting when people looked and analysed this piece, they all noticed different things. Like Christine Mason Miller just adored this, and I have to say thank you to my crew at the Green Door who bought these for me. So hello Green Door, hello Di, hello everyone. I'll just stand up and see what the perspective. It's a bit yellow looking like that. Oh, that's what I want. I want it like that, and then it's going to go hot pink and bright. Actually, I need to fussy cut it down a little bit more. So it's Monday here. I don't know whether I said that. You mightn't be watching it on a Monday. It's a Tuesday morning. My darling husband has to go to work. And he will check in when his day is over and tuck me into bed. That's how we're sorting it. We've sort of got a bit of a rhythm going. And he said, you've got to eat healthy, Kate, and have some vegetables. And I was delighted to tell him I had a beautiful salmon meal last night. And at Kiki's every day for lunch, we had veggies and yummy dips and things. So I'm feeling well and healthy. So I don't know, have you seen this on something else? Oh, on the calendar tote. So we'll just get it on. People often ask me, just like, how do you put it on? I plonk it. I'm looking at those roses down there. I'm feeling that it should come over this side a little bit. Yeah. Like on the corner where I haven't done a lot of embroidery. It's covering over one of my favorite roses, so maybe it has to go in the center. Because there's nothing much underneath. So that's sort of, you know, if there's nothing shining and giving you joy as a separate little piece, add another flower. Actually, let's have fun. Let's do the middle first. Got lots of layers to go through. I haven't answered any questions, but a lady did say, Kate, you seem not to knot. And sometimes I knot and sometimes I don't. Did I say that, tell you that? Did I tell you that the lovely Laurie said I was doing rebel stitching? Which made me just laugh. Laurie's from Oklahoma. Hello, Oklahoma. Nesters. She asked whether I would come to Oklahoma. I would love to go to Oklahoma. I remember, like, the last few years, I used to always wave to Oklahoma as I flew over it from Dallas to Kansas. So this is the first time, other than being at the airport, or I think I stayed in a hotel room in Dallas the year before last, in downtown Dallas, because of the weather. So this is so exciting to be out of the airport compounds and like in transit, and to settle in Texas for nearly, I think it's, I don't know how many nights it's counted: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Oh, 9 nights. That is very exciting. So here I am, and there you are, and we're together. The ladies from the retreat have been writing beautiful things to each other. We've got a little WhatsApp group, and yeah, it's been very lovely just to read them, you know, sending each other messages. It was, yeah, truly heartwarming. So enough about that, and back to the stitching, because some of you need to know what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm doing my funny back stitch with gaps. Why do I do it? I don't know, but it looks like a running stitch, but it's separated and it has texture to it, even though you can't really see it at this point. And I'm using wool. I tell you, I was like a child in a candy store because I saw some threads on Cindy's wall, and I went, oh my gosh, this is shit. There we go, sashiko, because they were carded up the same way. And she said, no, this is merino and silk, used for needlepoint, I think she said. They were beautiful. Then she showed me some velvet, and she said this would go with your work. So I tell you, that is just absolutely a glorious store. And she said August has been quiet, so we're going to loud it up a bit, or joy it up. With our fun and sunshine. And look what I just decided. By coming into the middle here, let me just check that you can see me. Sorry if I'm too close or it's too dark or all of those things. Out of my control at this point. I've decided that I'm going to leave these free. And that's right, the lady reminded me of that. Sunflowers and Kansas go together. So that didn't take long. Look at that, tactile, floppy. I love it. I told Brittany she has to one day start a YouTube, and she had reasons why she isn't thinking like that. But I have been inspired, and like that's what happens at workshops. You just see other people's work, and like I think of Peggy's handkerchief with the millions of seed stitch, and I think of Brittany's nests with cushions, velvet cushions on the bottom. And it just inspires me. Kiki and the swans, etc. Okay, so that's there. I love that. I love that. Look at that. That's a towel. So now let's start a craze. Let's find towels with flowers on them and chop them up. People have probably been doing that already. It's just that it's new to me. Okay, I've buried the base. So why don't we, instead of doing, it's all about that piece, let us decide which side Hope is going to go on. Hope is on every side. And I don't know whether you saw in my Instagram post, I have a picture of Philippa's tote of hope, and she went through with what I promised I would do. She wrote out my favorite poem, by Emily Dixon about hope. It is a thing with feathers, and it's a song without, it's just beautiful. Okay, let's just have a look. This is where I'm thinking it might go. And yes, it is covering up a little bit. So we'll bring it down as low as we can. I might actually save. Let's prune. So let's just take that gorgeous little flower. I'm trying to read, it's bark cloth. So it does, oh gosh, I've cut the blanket. No, I haven't. Oh, it's blanket upon. Okay, there we go. See what this style does? You can just, just prune it. And now I've got that flower to go somewhere else. It's a bit like taking the stitches out. But actually, let's think about that. Okay, so there we are. Rather than cover that up, let's put that to the side for a different work, and then that makes me feel better about covering this. This was a bit weird. Why did I do that? So I've tried that lately, and every time I don't like it, I wrap fabric around. Sometimes on pouches it looks good, but here I don't sort of like it. And that's all loose. So yeah, she needs a little bit of, let's save her actually. Sort of like it that way as well. Ooh. I think this is more me. And if I do that, let's cut the white off. It's on plasticky stuff. See, be not afraid, just and I can use it more towards the side that way. So hope, and it's growing out of that flower. And then I can join there. Okay, like that. Okay, princess, we need some pins. This is probably where you can tell that I just do videos when I feel like it and feel like I've got something to share, because it's probably an odd time of the week to be doing a video. I don't usually do them on Mondays. But joy made me do it. Let's just use something that's not too thick and not going to make a big statement at this point. I might colour in those white letters, although it's great to see that hope. This reminds me of We are all sort of bag ladies. Well, not all, you know, I don't mean to label you if you're not, but we were laughing at our retreat about how much we all bought in terms of bags. And so I was about to say this tote of hope is so useful to me. I take it back and forth. I put it on the plane with my stitching. Well, guess what? Cindy just said that she felt that I travelled very light with my giant suitcase and my little carry-on suitcase. I was quite thrilled with that. Oh, and I've got photos that I'm going to put on Insta. My Australia Post boxes. Oh my gosh, I don't want to badmouth Australia Post, but I probably told you this already. But now I've seen them. They are, nothing fell out, but they are squished. I thought, oh well, it's a long way from Australia. Who knows how many planes they've been in the back of, and you know what's been put on top of them. But yeah, they're pretty squished. But luckily it's fabric and wool, so nothing got broken. But I did pull out my little bundles of wool to I'm just going to have an online, what is the word? In-person bazaar. And they, like, all the air has been squashed out of that little cellophane packet. It's quite, I felt sorry for them, except they looked so pretty. I thought, okay, that's all right. So this is the way we do it, and it's probably quite useful for you to see that you don't have to be like this, but this is how I get a piece on in a hurry. And it's true, I could spend hours trying to do it neatly and it still wouldn't come out neatly. That is just me. So, but please do yours neatly if that is how it feels right to you. Because the last thing I want to do is to stop you being you. Do you recognize that flare up there? That's when I tried that sticky paper, and I photocopied onto it. And I know people use that, but I can't. But I do love the flower I stitched. That's like embroidery, like real embroidery. Look at my stem stitch there, but I just did not like that needle getting sticky. Now I just say to people, I use other people's flowers. I'm a gatherer. I was just thinking of that beautiful Sabrina Carpenter song, I Could Be a Florist. So I'm sort of being a wild florist. Cindy was worried about the heat, and everyone told me it would be hot. But and let's be honest, all I've done is walk from the outside the airport into Cindy's car, and then a couple of times from the car into the shop, and then back into the hotel. It is warm, but I did say I'm from Australia, and our summers, this is not unusual. So I think it was 36 in the heat of the afternoon when I just came home. So, you know, that's not what you want to have without air conditioning. And you don't want to be out working in that outside. But my husband just said it feels like minus, he just read it out. I think he said it feels like It's something or other, it feels like -2 or 4 at home and windy. So I will take the heat at this point. I haven't shown you yet, or have I? No, I don't think I have shown you Jamie's cashmere fingerless gloves that she made for me. That's the reason I would, I will look forward to cold temperatures so I can wear them. She upcycles cashmere jumpers. And that's another whole thing that I could think of that I had never thought of. So I'm learning every day. Okay, so that's enough of that. And if only I could find the All About the Base piece. Oh, it's on the floor. Of course it is. Okay. I'm just standing on big toes because I don't want to bore you. But I was thinking, I love this so much, and I must remember that I'll feel it because everyone feels it, so it's not wasted. It's not like a bag that you'll never see the base of. I was thinking that I will keep that bit of the edge of the blanket showing so we can honor the blanket that it started out as. If you're new to Tote of Hope, I started it in January, and the idea was we upcycled a bag or a pouch or anything that you wanted, and I had some prompts. I was organized enough to say in January that each week there was a prompt starting with H for hope. So we had hydrangeas, and we had hearts, and hidden, and heirloom, even though it doesn't sound like it starts with an H. And then we went to O, etc., which is my orange side. I tend to now look at I tend to look at the sides of this according to where I've been, because I can see the fabric that the textiles I've gathered while I've been in those places. Now, look at this. That is going to roll up, and oh, that's beautiful. So I am going to see it from the bottom, and that will mirror. I call this my Perth side, and India, actually. It's March, and so I know that's March just by looking at, that was from Calico and Ivy, and there's my Indian Cantha, etc. So as simple as this, everybody. If you want to just make things and play, there's a time for everything. I'm getting very interested in cross-stitching, but I know I couldn't count, but my friend, the beautiful Sarah, hello Sarah from Melbourne, from Thread and Connect. She does the most beautiful cross stitch and just does it out of her head, her flowers. Okay, what do we think? I'm thinking that I probably won't use it all. I think that's too much, so we might peak it here. So how will I do that, Kate? So what I'm saying is I want this bit in the fringe to here, maybe. Then I can get a snippet that I can use somewhere else. So let's just go to here. And then we will cut a strip off. And this is going to be wonky because I can't. You know what's happened to me? I was doing so much preparation and so much packing and so much worrying. Have I got enough? Will it be okay? And this afternoon I've opened those boxes and thought, yep, you did good, girl. You've got enough, and now you can enjoy. And the people are coming. Well, I've done Canada and I've done Kiki's now, so that is starting. Now you're going to think that looks terrible. It does in a way, but I will now find something else to go in there over the top to strengthen it. But this side gets the complete works. No, it doesn't. I can't do straight because it's wonky already. So why don't we make this like a magic carpet ride? And then it's easier, so I get to use this in other places. It's more interesting, and it's not so straight lined. I want to do a shout out to my New Zealand chums, Felicity and Michelle, who have finished their July jingles, and just their works of art. And I'm sure there's some others on Facebook that I haven't seen yet either, but that gives me such a thrill. Okay, I think that's better. So how are we going to put this one on? I could that whip stitch it or applique it, but I feel like I want to. Will it be seen enough? That's what I do. I'm just playing here and going, which color will I use? Nope, not that hot pink. I feel like it has to be fluoro. Actually, that's what I didn't see today. I thought I put some more fluoro threads in. I mean, moment of silence. You know what's happened. You know where it is, but I don't. I plunked it in something and it's gone. So luckily, I'm relieved to find that I have plenty of needles. So what's on your agenda this week? If it's Monday or Tuesday, still the beginning. Is it busy? You've got appointments. What's work looking like for you if you work? Oh, I wanted to say hello to Terry Rowe. Terry, here I am. Terry started my Facebook group, and she commented, I think, on Sunday when I was sharing my gifts. And so, Terry, you're always in my thoughts as well. Thank you for just prompting me to think of you and say it out loud, because forever I'm grateful. That group is such a lovely one. Yeah, see the little pop of fluoro? And here's this same stitch again. I don't know why I use it all the time, but I love it. Princess has got a face turned to us. There we are. Going a bit wonky. Started down there. Now it's becoming a frill, which I quite like, so let's just keep doing that. I'll get to test out the technology at the speed of the, it's not the technology, the speed of the internet. I think it's interesting when I travel. I think my internet at home is the slowest in the world. So I'll just finish this thread till the thread runs out, as we say. Oh, there we go. That's enough. All right, so there we go. That is the Tote of Hope with a fresh, I love that. I think I'm feeling like colouring that orange with some of those pens. Let's just have a try. Oh my gosh, I've just realised what I've done. The E is back to front and the P. I just looked at those two. Is that called something? They're symmetrical and they're not. But I read that still as hope. Oh my gosh, so silly. You were probably saying, but Kate. Can you see what I'm doing? These are those fabric textures. And I love it because it's so easy. I didn't bring my gouache with me. Yeah, that'll be more subtle, especially now it's a backward E. So there's hope. Oh dear, I wish I could hear you sometimes. So a lot of you say that you talk to me when I meet you in person. So keep talking to me. One of these days technology will work and I'll get the message. There's my floppy sunflower from Canada. So Canada, you're represented. And we are from Wisconsin. We're having, oh well actually, I think Brittany's from a different state. Maybe not. No, I think she's in Wisconsin. So anyway, that's there. So my friends, thank you for being with me. Thank you for, thank you for everything. I'm just blessed. And I'm sending that blessing your way. Remember those flowers at the start. If we look at flowers, we get happy. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.